3D printing, a magical world of miniature making, legally distinct space super soldiers, and cheaper prices than what GW charges. And you would think with GW not liking 3D printing, they would practice what they preach. And oh boy, are they being hypocrites. But before I get to the subject of today's video of me complaining about Warhammer, I just wanted to say thank you to all the new subscribers and people that have joined the Discord, which you should totally join. I really appreciate the support everyone gives. It makes these videos a lot more fun to make, and as Ickbard would say, it makes the happy chemicals. Anyways, back on topic. Yeah, Gamesworkshop are a bunch of hypocrites when it comes to the subject of 3D printing. As many of us know, GW hates 3D printing. They recently outlawed mass-produced 3D printed bits at major events, unless of course you made them yourself. And this was done towards the start of 9th edition, right when 3D printing was taking off. Because a lot of us know 3D printing makes Warhammer players less likely to consider selling a kidney for that new expensive model or army they wanted. Therefore, in my opinion, BattleTech, one of the best tabletop games out there right now because they don't give two shits about all your mechs being 3D printed. Hell, they even encourage that as long as it's on a hex base, you're good. Now, why am I saying they're hypocrites? Well, as many of you know, I totally don't have a Forge World problem, and I'm totally not picky about how my miniatures look. And many of the recent things I have assembled from Forge World, I noticed something very interesting, something that is sort of a hallmark of 3D printing. That one thing you always know means it's a 3D print. It can make or break how a model looks, literally, and it's really hard to hide from those with keen print lines. It's literally print lines. That's right, GW is using 3D printed masters for making Forge World molds, and they are not even trying to hide it or fix it. For example, let's take a look at all of my Forge World models and play a fun new game I like to call Find That Print Line. Okay, so there's a print line here, 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 here.
2,000 years later.
And here. Now you would think this would be a very recent thing. No, it's not. Here is one of the oldest Forge World models that I can find the release date for that I own. And as you can see, it was first released way before the boom in 3D printing took off. And it has 3D print lines. My god, they aren't even trying to hide it. My god, some of these print lines are really hard to get rid of. Case in point, my Knight Cenobium, which is what inspired me, or should I say irritated me, into making this video about GW's hypocrisy when it comes to 3D printing. So for the most part, I have noticed the smaller models are usually the worst offenders when it comes to 3D print lines, while the larger ones are not as bad. For now. Which in my mind is incredibly disingenuous on GW's part for outlawing 3D printing of models some people would see as out of their price range. Looking at you, Warlord Titan. And GW being incredibly stingy about 3D prints is also a literal death sentence for GW, because it goes against everything that Warhammer stood for many years ago. Creativity, and the modeler's own imagination for customizing our stuff. Because with 3D printing becoming ever so popular, the sky is the limit for what we can make. So yeah, thanks for listening to my boomer ramblings about GW's hypocrisy when it comes to 3D printing. I will probably make a proper video about 3D printing sometime in the future, but not anytime soon because I have very few 3D prints, so that might just be another video collaboration with Ickbard in the future since he knows more about 3D printing than I do. If you found this video enjoyable, consider checking out my other videos. And don't forget the basic YouTube pandering, like, comment, subscribe, and hit the real subscribe button for more posts, I mean videos, on Warhammer. Anyways, thanks for watching, and now if you'll excuse me, I gotta wait a few weeks to actually paint some of my stuff since all my local game stores near me are out of spray primer. And I also probably gotta make sure my saber tonks don't have any egregious 3D print lines either, or really bad mold slip. My god, building Forge World is suffering.